Thank you for your interest in Fantasy Football Mastermind. This video is a product demonstration of our Masters List product, which is a fully customizable cheat sheet broken down by position. The positions include quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, kickers, team defense, defensive linemen, linebackers, and defensive backs. You have the capability to input each position's scoring based on your league settings. Once you've entered all of your customizations, simply click this Reorders Master List button. It'll go tab by tab, updating the total fantasy points of your league scoring system against Fantasy Football Mastermind's projections. So, what you're looking at is the wide receivers tab. Anything in green cannot be changed. So you can't change the rank, you can't change the player names, and you can't change the total fantasy points. But you can change any of the projections that Fantasy Football Mastermind has given. We'll go into an example shortly. Some of the key features of the Masters List is fantasy tiers, right here. So for instance, Andre Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald are considered the first tier of wide receivers. You land one of these guys, you're in good shape. Then there's the second tier guys. Really good, just not good enough to be in the first tier, but definitely better than the third tier. Really comes in handy when you're getting down to the wire, maybe a little later on. Might choose in between this guy or that guy. You can look at the tiers. It might make or break for you. One of the other features we have is a rising or falling capability. Let's say Steve Smith is rising. You simply put an R right here. It changed Steve Smith's entire row to red. Easy on the eyes, lets you know that he's rising. In the same fashion, Reggie Wayne is falling. These might not be true examples at the time, but just to show you the functionality of the tool. So you put an F in Reggie Wayne's cell over here. So now everything in Reggie Wayne's line became blue. Once again, easy on the eyes. So going into the point where you can take Fantasy Football Mastermind's projections, which are all these statistics here, and you can change them. Say you feel Steve Smith is going to score 10 touchdowns, not 8. You simply go in here, change this 8 to a 10, and watch his fantasy points automatically update. So now he's at 304, but Reggie Wayne's at 295. Mathematically, this is out of position. All you have to do is click on this Recalculate Rankings button, and now Steve Smith is ahead of Reggie Wayne. Okay. Some of the other neat features you have here is if you're doing an auction league, you can turn around and say, I think Steve Smith is going to be worth $32. Might not be true, just to show you an example. We'll get to where you can see that later. As I said, you cannot change the players. These are all pre-canned for you. There's the team, the bye, receptions, yards, TDs. Each position has its own set of statistics. After you've gone through and you've analyzed all the different positional tabs, go check out the Masters List. The Masters List is a combination of all these cheat sheets together into one printable fashion. So you can take it and say, alright, I have my quarterbacks bucket, you have your rank, you have the tiers, you have the player name, their team, their bye weeks, and their total fantasy points. Very good for you to have one snapshot of your entire league. You have running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, all your positions across the top. Okay. Now this is where I was showing you before. Remember Steve Smith we said was rising and we put an R next to him? Well, he's red over here too. And Reggie Wayne was falling and his line turned blue. Well, he's blue over here too. So any customization you do or any changes you make on these tabs will automatically flow to the Masters List. Okay. Notice Steve Smith we said would, an auction value of $32. Well, that $32 came across over here. So let's say if we went back and put Reggie Wayne at $29. Automatically updates the Masters List at $29. Okay? This tool is very, very important for you when you go to your draft. You can take your computer and you can keep making changes as you go. Or you can be one of those guys that just likes to make a printout and just take one sheet with me and feel confident. You got everything you need here from bye weeks to rankings to tiers, you name it. If you have any other questions about our master list, please feel free to contact us at Fantasy Football Mastermind, located at ffmastermind.com. Thank you for your time.